What's going on, hockey fans? Welcome to a special Prize Picks on 5. I'm David Eversole. I'm joined by Alex Baumgartner, who's going to be live at the arena covering the Panthers game tonight. Pivotal game 5 for the Cats. They've bounced back nicely in this series versus the Capitals. So, want to get on here and do a special show tonight, just focusing on the NHL and Prize Picks. So, first of all, Alex, man, thanks so much for coming on and sharing the wealth with our Prize Picks followers out there, brother.
Thanks for having me on again.
It should be serious. It feels like the Panthers kind of have weathered the storm here. We've gotten back to even with the Panthers on home ice. So, what are we looking at in terms of the Panthers overall, and then from the Prize Picks perspective as well?
So, Panthers haven't come out hot really this series. I thought Game 4 was the best game. Game 2 was a little bit more like their Panthers hockey, just scoring at will. But I think in terms of team performance, Game 4 is really where you could see that they put everything together and they said, we need to win this game. The power play has been slacking. No goals. They're the only team in the playoffs to not score at least 2 goals, much less 1 goal. So that's got to change. Anthony Duclair has been losing ice time. He hasn't put up a goal in this series or last year's playoff series. So he's been dropping ice time. If he's going to have a big game, it's going to be tonight. And we haven't seen too much explosiveness from Barkov. Huberto a little bit. He's getting the chances, but a lot of guys haven't been as explosive. But luckily you had great goaltending, and that's why they're still in the series.
Yeah, Bob's been really good, and I think the offensive struggles, like you said, particularly on the power play, and just getting the puck into the zone, getting through the neutral zone, they're getting beat up between the blue lines. So it was good to see them kind of get a little bit of open ice to use their speed and use their skill. And obviously, that result showed in Game 4. But you mentioned Bob, and he's been really good. So before we go to kind of the forwards and defensemen, what do you think about Bob tonight in Prize Picks in particular?
Well, I just got a tweet from Ethan at 5 Reasons asking if I take the over or the under on this Bob 26.5 for the shots or the saves. Game 1, he had, I think it was a three goals against, but he hit over 30 saves. Game 2 was kind of like a Panthers dominating performance, but he still took 27 shots. So he actually had 26 saves. So that's why this number is kind of iffy for me. Capitals didn't have any momentum at all last game. They had some chances, but they weren't getting shots on goal. But I'd expect them to come out really hot tonight. They've been a good team this series. So I'd expect them to try and pepper Bob early. I'm taking the over today on a 26.5 saves for Bob.
Yeah, like you said, he's been right there. If you look at the game log, he was right at 26 in 2 straight games against the Capitals. So you're a little bit braver than I am in terms of that. But I'm going to look at the forwards, and there's a lot of pretty friendly numbers out here. And I know we're going to look at the big guys, but those numbers were kind of high. So if you want to go down to old reliable from earlier in the season, it was Aaron Ekblad. And those of you who've been following us and playing Prize Picks throughout the season, this number used to be at 3.5 consistently. So I think it's kind of a buy low opportunity on Ekblad and the Panthers skill guys in position. So I love this number at home. I mean, 2 shots on goal. I think the floor is at least a push on this number. So my tonight for the Panthers is going to be Ekblad over 2 shots. What are you thinking, Alex?
You know, I love Ekblad over 2 shots. I mean, you saw last game he had 3, then he pushed 3 games 2, 3, and was it 2, 3, and 4? Or yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. He pushed. And
so Anaheim game's the one he got injured. So every game he's played since that Anaheim game, he's at least pushed that 2.0. I'd expect the Panthers to be shooting a lot more tonight on the power play because they're 0 for 13. And the way they were running their power play last game towards the end of it, Barkov wasn't the quarterback anymore. They were running Ekblad on as a quarterback spot and Barkov on the side. So you'd expect Aaron Ekblad to at least push that. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what were you thinking in terms of maybe the forwards for the Panthers? Some of the guys maybe on the second, third lines.
So I'm taking the guy that has a Stanley Cup on this team. It's Carter Verhaeghe. Over 2 shots on goal. That's easily a push. He scored 2 goals last game, and he had 5 shots. He's the leading point producer for the Panthers through 4 games. I believe he has 5 points. And as you see, May 7th, that was a terrible game for the whole team. They only had 1 shot. But other than that, he had 4 in game 2. So I like Verhaeghe here. He has all the momentum. He's kind of been that guy off the rush that if they get some space, he's taking the shot right away. He has a great shot off the rush on that left-hand side. My lock for the day is Carter Verhaeghe over 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, and also another one I like maybe was this half a point. Like you said, he's been contributing on the score sheet, leading the team in that department. So half a
Oh yeah.
point may be another way to go for him if he's not getting the shots. But like you said, I think 2 shots is pretty easy. So anybody else you like from this game from the Capital side, maybe?
You never go wrong with Ovechkin. I don't exactly know what his points are at. If it's not point 0.5, I wouldn't touch it just because
Yeah,
the Panthers have
Oshie's
been
the only
pretty good.
one on the board.
Yeah,
He's been really good.
Oshie's been pretty good, and the Panthers might come at him tonight a little more physically than other games just because of what happened with the Bennett hit, and he is playing tonight. Oshie's a good look, but if we take a look at the shots on goal, I love shots on goal. That's how I made my money playing prize picks. But as we said, Ovechkin over 4, that's pretty high, even though he could probably hit it pretty easily. Um, yeah, so they've been countering him pretty well, but Montour is not a bad look. I would love that Mason Marchment one, except he's a questionable for tonight. He's a game time
Mhm.
decision according to Bruno, so I wouldn't touch that. Can we see the Carlson one?
John Carlson.
Yeah, I mean, just that's one that I would take a look at because if they get a power play, Florida is very good at kind of centering off Ovechkin. So Carlson's going to be that shot from the right side to the point. So Carlson's another decent one if Washington's coming out hot. But the one you took with Ekblad and the one I took with Verhage, those ones are a lot easier to hit than anything in the point fives, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a better offensive performance of the Panthers just in terms of volume and getting more shots on goal, more quality scoring chances. I think they started to figure out some things in Game 4, and they'll just build on that hopefully and get this series back in their favor. So, want to thank everybody for checking us out. Make sure when you sign up for Prize Picks, if you haven't already, use that promo code FIVE. You'll get a matching deposit bonus up to $100, and make sure you deposit at least $20. Get in there to start, jump in the action. You'll get all those funds back. You'll get that match back, whatever you deposit. So, I want to thank Alex for joining us, and go Panthers tonight.